Hi, I'm Dana, and I'd like to share something with everyone. You've probably all heard of that bloke that walked away from modern medicine and cured himself of secondary cancer of the liver. Yeah, well, I'm that guy. And I'd like to share with you my story and what I did and my experiences to hopefully help someone out or help anyone out. There are certainly some strategies in place that modern medicine doesn't allow us to explore or are even informed about, it would seem. I'm 5 years cancer free now, pretty fit and healthy, and doing okay. I've had a lot of people ask for my phone number. Like, oh, my mate's got cancer. Oh, can he call you? Yeah, no drama. Oh, my uncle, my auntie, no worries. And look, not many people call. And look, I understand that it's a tough thing to talk about. So hopefully, I can make a series of videos to explain my logic as to why I made the decisions I did to cure myself. And also some information. There's some pretty solid information out there. You just got to fish around and find it and learn how to decipher it, because modern medicine certainly doesn't support some of the things that I've done, even though they're proved to be successful in many, many, many times. And I guess, look, now's the time to probably just say, whatever you learn from me and whatever you understand from what I've got to say, you should always seek professional medical advice from your professional qualified health practitioner. Having said all that, let's get into my story, and then hopefully more videos to tell you how this organism that we're born into, how it can heal itself, to unlock the healer within, I guess you could say. So, look, here's my story. I've got some notes here, so I'll look down from time to time. Apologise about that. In July 2012, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. I'd been having trouble having a shit for several months. So, and when I was successful, there was usually a fair bit of fresh blood with it. I just thought, oh, it's hemorrhoids. It'll be okay. It'll suck back in, go away, do whatever they do. Because I didn't want no one going near my ass. Turns out I should have probably went a bit earlier. But we don't like people near there. And look, I guess if any of you blokes have got some dramas back there, go and get it looked at. I know it's shit, but mate, you've got to do it, and hopefully you can avoid the hell that I've been through. Look, at the time I was 48 years old. I had a 2-year-old daughter and a son who just turned 1. Had a lovely wife. I still have the same lovely wife. She was about to go back to work after being on maternity leave for the young fella, and life was good. Wasn't going to be for much longer. So, look, I guess a bit of history is I had hepatitis C at the time, through various indiscretions as a younger man. And I had read quite a bit about acid alkaline, all that sort of stuff, and look, firmly believed that supplements was the way to go. That major alkaline was all good, especially calcium tablets and all that sort of shit. I had read a good book on the peroxide therapy, and I'd actually done a course of that, which was really good. Lost a bit of weight, felt really good, but the hepatitis, it stayed. So the wife and I went down to Brizzy. I went and visited the oncological surgeon, who diligently drew a picture of me inside the bottom of me, what do they call it, the floor of your thingy-me-bob, and said, if we don't use chemo and shrink the tumours, that we're just going to just chop all that out. You'll have no arse anymore, and you'll never have sex again. And I thought, fucking hell, we better do some chemo. And look, I went and saw the other guy, the poisoner, and the radiation dude. And of course, they're we don't know what causes cancer. Of course, later on, I realised that, well, if they can put a label on something that says this is carcinogenic, they know what freaking causes cancer. But anyway, it's their world. It's how they're trained. So, look, chemo is the most fucked up shit you could ever do. You have a PICC line. They put a PICC line in your arm here, and it goes in the main artery, and it goes in here, and they just crank it out near the heart. You get this jigger around your neck with a bag in it, and bzz, bzz, every 5 minutes you get a belt of chemo. Kate used to call it Trevor. He used to sleep in the bed with us, And it's shit. It's like really shit. You start out, you get ulcers in your mouth, and like you say to them, like, mate, I'm getting ulcers. Oh, you're supposed to be gargling salt water, You think, well, when are you going to tell me that? And then psoriasis. I mean, I'm only going to remember the worst things. There was lots of other crap went on. Psoriasis, and then I had ulcers in my ears, around my nose, and my dick. My dick looked like someone had hit it with a fucking potato peeler, and it had those chemical white scabs on it. I used to have to wrap it up in cloth and tuck it into my jocks because it fucking hurt like crazy, and it just hurt all the time. Just unwrap it, have a wee, wrap it back up, tuck it back in, all ulcers around my ass, and all the skin off your hands, like all the skin comes off your hands, like it must target hard skin, So, and they're not so hard nowadays, but and the bottoms of your feet. So, and all these other creams and unctions. Oh yeah, you're right. As soon as you say there's something wrong, oh, we've got a pill for that, we've got a lotion for that, we've got some sort of potion for this, and so after all that, I've got to heal, got to go back to work, got to do some work, and I've got to get it ready for surgery. And the whole time, so the immune system's compromised because you're on chemotherapy, and I was doing the radiation too. The radiation was, well, it's microwaves. It's like, and we cook food in it. We wonder why we get overweight because it changes the. Yeah, anyway, don't get me started. So anyway, look, we went down for surgery. So I was 8 hours under the knife, and I remember my kids couldn't. My kids stood at the door and looked at me like I was some sort of alien. They wouldn't come in the room because I had all these tubes, kind of has catheters and shit, like just fucked up. And it took them ages to come in. It's just so degrading, so degrading. Oh yeah, and so I've got a shit bag on. Got the old ileostomy, beauty, no drama. Just have a shit whenever I feel like it. And if I don't feel like it, I don't have one. Just let the bag fill up. All good. So anyway, look, life went on. Everything seemed to be okay. Like once everything healed downstairs, it was all functioning and all, and I thought, oh God, we're having a win there. And then I went down for the ileostomy reversal. So something must happen when you're not using your ass anymore, where you it must heal up or something, because as soon as crap started going through it, it just burned like acid, like you wouldn't believe, And of course you say, oh yeah, shit, you're supposed to get this cream, Well, when are you going to tell me that? So anyway, and I was incontinent, so I mean, mostly at night. During the day, I was not too bad, but at night time, no sleep. I used to take like 3 or 4 pairs of jocks to work and keep them in the drawer, because if I ruined jocks, I'd just throw them in the bin. Until I thought, well, I can't do this anymore, so I'd just rinse them out and have a plastic bag and take wet jocks into camp and wash them every night. I had this thing inside my guts, like it must have been, like it goes to a certain place, and you think, oh, I've got to go, and you sit there, and there must be a void in there that they've created or whatevs, and then you got to wait. So I used to sit on the toilet till my legs were numb, waiting to have a shit. And the kids used to grab all their toys and they'd come in and they'd play for hours talking on the toilet floor. I thought, this is not right. This is not normal, But hey, the doctors say it's normal. It's normal. That's all the crap you got to go through. That's what happens. Too bad, so sad. So, and Stiffy went away after they reversed the ileostomy. I thought, oh god, here we go, all for nothing, all this crap, Fortunately, it did come back. Took a fair while, but it's still working okay. So look, after we all sort of got used to the ileostomy reversal and me bum started to settle down a bit and all that sort of stuff, life pretty much swung along okay, my niece visited for a while there and helped us with the kids and whatever. Oh, well, not help us, but come up for a visit and that sort of stuff. And when she went home, she discovered her boyfriend discovered he had an inoperable brain tumour. So I remember speaking to her, and I said, look, all I can say is that he's got to be alkaline, mate. And that would, now I know better, brain cancers need to be dealt with a bit different to body cancers like I've got, and he's actually survived that and he's all good. But probably 6 months later, this is a bit of a story. I had this surgery called a la carte, which basically it's an acronym. So it just means we didn't have to cut you open like a hot dog bun to pull your guts out. So a bunch of keyhole surgery and some other cuts and stuff to take the bowel out and all that sort of stuff. They took 450 mil of my bowel out too for a tumour that far inside my bum. That took that much. Anyway, my sister and niece had visited again after Damo had gone overseas and did some fasting. Now, they shrunk the brain tumour 87%, which I thought was fairly interesting. And they brought a little book up, and I read this book thinking, oh, what's this, fast for the time you're allot or until hunger returns. I thought, you've got to be hungry all the time. But it's not true. It's not how it works, and I'll cover that more on the video on fasting. So anyway, look, life went on. I was down there. So 6 months I went down there, and I'm going down for my 6 monthly appointment with old mate, the oncologist, and I'm sitting there eating a meat pie because the plane was late. Because I used to just fly down to Brizzy from Mackay and get a renter up and then back on the plane and go home. And I'm standing at the reception desk, and the oncologist comes out and he says, "What are you doing, mate?" I said, "Oh, plane was late. I'm smashing a pie." He said, "Oh, you shouldn't be eating meat." And I said, "Oh, right." He said, "Yeah, no, meat should be a treat, mate. You should rarely eat meat." And I didn't jerry. I thought, "Oh, yeah, right, eh? Good on you, Cobb. All good." So I went home. And then it must have been, I guess, the 9 monthly visit. I went down again and I was talking to the nurse. I said, "Mate, I haven't slept for 7 or 8 months since the ileostomal reversal, She said, "Oh, I'll try Imodium." I said, "All right, no drama." So I bought a packet up and went home. And, mate, I slept all night. No dramas. It was like heaven on a stick. And I thought, this is amazing. This is amazing. This shit just started stuffing them in like you wouldn't believe. And turns out that's probably why the cancer came back. That's also something I'll talk about in another video. So anyway, a couple of months later, I had my 50th birthday, and life was good. Look, I'd stacked a bit of weight, and I'd certainly not been coached in changing my diet or anything like that, or anything, any sort of way of living that could stop cancer developing again, or even catching cancer in the first place. Not developing cancer, you can't catch it. So anyway, I took a month off for my 50th. Lots of mates coming from all over the place. It was pretty cool. And I did all the tests and that for the appointment I had in December, which would have been the 12 months since the surgery. And I got down there and went in and saw the nurse, and the nurse says, "You're all good. CEA's 3.6. So yeah, no, you're in the clear." So, oh, yeah, bloody beauty, ripper. Little did I know at the time that CEA, which is the carcinoembryonic antigen, is actually supposed to be below 3. And mine was 3.6. So they'll tell me a bit of a pork pie. But anyway, look, I bounced into the oncologist's office and I said, "Mate, I had a hernia from the ileostomy bag, and I've been carting around, and because I was getting fatter, the hernia was growing. It was actually becoming quite annoying." So I bounced into the oncologist's office and said, "Mate, what are we going to do about this hernia?" He said, "Oh, we better talk about this Chemo first." And I just went, "What?" He said, "You've got a tumour on your liver, 14 millimetre tumour growing on your liver." He said, "I want to put you back on chemotherapy." I said, "No way, mate." I said, "You fucking told me you got it all." "Oh," he said, "I wouldn't have told you that." I said, "Mate, you said you got it all." "Well," he said, "no." He said, "Well, you've got an issue here." And he had the scans up and he's pointing at shit. And I said, "Righto." And I was just devastated, I thought, far out. So I sort of sat back down and gathered myself. And I said, "Mate, the best you can do is make an appointment with a liver surgeon. And I'll go home and talk to my wife and we'll see what we can do about it." So that was that. Anyway, this is the bad part 1. Part 2's got a better ending. I hope you watch that one too. Cheers.